Hey everyone, ready for some news about your Social Security this February? You might want to grab a pen and paper for this one.
Yeah, things are a little different in February 2025.
Definitely different. Some people are going to be getting their payments early.
Right, and it might even feel like a double deposit for some folks.
Yeah, so we're going to break it all down for you today and help you figure out how to make that money last.
That's right, budgeting is key, especially with these changes.
Absolutely. And before we get into the details, if you like what you hear today, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're here to make sure you stay on top of all things Social Security.
Okay, so let's jump right in, and we're going to start with the most surprising news first. SSI recipients, you listening, mark your calendars for February 28th.
February 28th. But
That's right, because that's when you'll be getting your March payment.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. That's got to be confusing for people.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, right? But it's not a double payment.
Okay, good.
It's just an early deposit because of how the calendar falls this year.
But it's like a little bonus, but you got to make it last.
Exactly. You don't want to spend it all thinking you'll get another payment in March.
Because you won't. That early March payment needs to last you until April.
That's why it's so important to know your payment schedule and budget accordingly.
For sure. Imagine thinking you have two payments when it's really just an advance.
Yeah, you could get into trouble that way.
All right, so SSI recipients, we've got your March payment covered. Now let's rewind back to February and break down the rest of the payment dates.
Okay, sounds good.
First up, we have folks who started receiving Social Security benefits before May 1997. You'll be getting your February payment on February 3rd.
Nice and early.
Now, for everyone else, the payment schedule is staggered based on your birthday. If you were born between the 1st and 10th of the month, your payment will arrive on February 12th. Those born between the 11th and 20th will get their payments on February 19th.
And last but not least, if your birthday falls between the 21st and 30th, your payment is scheduled for February 26th.
So we've got a lot of dates flying around here.
We do, but there's a pattern there. The later in the month your birthday is, the later you'll get your payment.
Makes sense. Now, this is where things get interesting, and we want to hear from you.
Ooh, yes. Let's get some audience participation.
How would you approach budgeting if you suddenly had what felt like two payments so close together? Have you ever had to stretch your budget because of an unexpected change in your income? Let us know in the comments below, and if this has ever happened to you, hit that like button. We want to hear your stories.
Yeah, this situation really highlights how important it is to be flexible with your finances.
For sure. Let's talk about why these dates are so unusual this year. It all comes down to weekends and holidays and how they fall in relation to the regular payment schedule.
Right. For example, SSI recipients usually get their payments on the 1st of the month, but since February 1st falls on a Saturday in 2025,
That explains it.
the payment gets shifted to the last business day of the previous month, which is January 31st.
And the same logic applies to the March payment.
Exactly. It all makes sense when you break it down.
And those weekend and holiday rules also explain why other beneficiaries have their payments staggered throughout the month.
It's all designed to make sure payments are made on a business day. Yeah, it really shows you that even with something like Social Security, you got to be ready for anything.
Exactly. Things can change. And that's why it's so important to have a good financial plan.
Absolutely. You got to be prepared for those curveballs.
Yeah, this situation is a good opportunity to look at your budget and make sure it can handle these kind of shifts. Like, what if you're used to getting your payment on a certain date?
Right, and you've planned all your expenses around that. This could throw things off.
So it's not just about knowing the dates. It's about being able to adapt and manage your money no matter what.
You got it. And it might feel a little challenging at first, but it can be a good learning experience.
I like to think of it like a financial boot camp.
Yeah, exactly. Building up that financial resilience.
So let's get practical for a minute. What are some tips for people trying to navigate this situation? Say someone's used to getting paid on the 3rd and now it's coming on the 19th. What can they do?
Well, one thing to consider is that early March payment for SSI recipients, if you can make that money last until April, it's like a little buffer.
Oh, that's smart, giving yourself some extra breathing room.
Exactly. And another thing you could do is look at your budget and see where you can cut back for a little while. Maybe pause some subscriptions or find ways to save on groceries.
Those are great tips. It's all about being mindful and making smart choices even when things are tight.
And don't forget, there are resources out there if you need help with your finances.
That's right. Don't be afraid to reach out to a financial advisor or look for budgeting apps online.
There's no shame in asking for help, especially when it comes to your money.
Couldn't agree more. And, even if you're good at budgeting, this could be a good time to revisit your financial goals.
Yeah, like maybe you've been thinking about starting an emergency fund or investing some money.
You could be the push you need to finally do it.
Turn that challenge into an opportunity.
I like that. So to recap, we've gone over the unusual payment dates for February and March, and we've talked about some strategies to deal with this change. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. It really makes you think about how important it is to be financially prepared for anything, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's like you never know when your income might change, so having a plan is crucial.
It's like they say, expect the unexpected.
Exactly. You can't control everything, but you can control how you react and prepare for those unexpected things.
True. So let's go back to those those key dates one more time just to make sure everyone has them.
Okay, good idea. So SSI recipients, remember your February payment is coming early on January 31st, and then you'll get your March payment early too on February 28th.
And for those who started getting Social Security benefits before May 1997, your February payment is scheduled for February 3rd.
Right, and for everyone else, it all depends on your birthday. If you were born between the 1st of 10th, you'll get your payment on February 12th. If you were born between the 11th and 20th, February 19th is your date. And if you were born between the 21st and 30th, your payment is coming on February 26th.
Lots of dates to remember, but hopefully this makes it a little easier to understand.
Yeah, and even if you don't remember the exact dates, the main thing is to know that the schedule is different this year and to plan accordingly.
So before we go, we want to hear from you. How are you using this information to plan your finances? Do you have any budgeting tips you can share with us? Let us know in the comments below, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to give us a like.
We always love hearing from you guys, and remember, no matter what your financial situation looks like, there's always room to learn and grow.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us for this look at Social Security payments in February 2025. Don't forget to subscribe for more episodes like this, and we'll help you make this your best financial year yet.